Okay, you guys, hello. Today is Saturday, and that is our societal path to peace. I've been thinking a lot about this, and please go back and listen to the video last Saturday. It might not have been uploaded on Saturday because I push upload on these YouTube videos, and some of these videos take 15 hours to upload. And I don't know why. YouTube, 15 hours? Now, I'm using public Wi-Fi, okay? But still, 15 hours. And so that means I have to stay connected and in one place for, the whole time. But come on, YouTube, man. I mean, you're a sophisticated company, make billions of dollars, 8 hours to upload a video. I don't understand why. If I'm doing something wrong, I don't know. But it will start to upload a lot of times, and then it'll get to like 30% and crash. And then it'll get to 45% and crash. And oh my gosh, on and on and on. I've lost sleep hours, I've lost everything because I don't always have internet where I'm at. I have to go to it, and I have to be by that building. So even when the building closes, I'm outside freezing trying to get this stupid thing to upload. Anyways, wow, that was way off subject. Okay, so societal, please go back to last Saturday and watch that video. I don't know if it was uploaded on Saturday, was my whole point. But I've been thinking a lot about this. And the reason I want you to go back to that, because there's a lot of different avenues that you can volunteer and make society better. There's a lot of things that you can do, and I would like to inspire you to do those things. I mentioned how I worked in a nursing home off and on throughout my life, just volunteering. I'd go for like an activity night, and then I'd meet a few of the people and I connected with them, so I'd go back and visit them, and sometimes just visit them once a week, and I made it like a Sunday thing that I'd go every Sunday. It was a nice thing to do just after church, and it made their life better, and I got to serve somebody. And I'm not emotionally, I can't do that specific thing right now because I've just had some things happen in my personal life where I just emotionally can't do that particular one right now. And since I'm homeless, I thought I should definitely volunteer, like even at a food bank or volunteer doing something with an actual volunteer organization helping the homeless. I know that sounds funny, but it's actually kind of killing two birds with one stone. I get to help, but at the same, because my homelessness, a lot of times I'm not by a community, I'm off by myself, okay? And then sometimes I am with other people. But like in that park, I was with a lot of other people, and there was a lot of benefits to that. But a lot of times I'm off by myself, so if I volunteered for an organization, I would be around people, again, that's in the same circumstance I'm in. It would also offer me, I've done this before, but it was a long time ago and I wasn't in the mind frame I'm in now. It would offer me a bird's eye view as to what the volunteer organization is doing. Another commenter said, I'd be really interested to know what your cure for homelessness is. And I will give you my synopsis in another video, but I don't know that it's fully fleshed out anyways. I need to see things from different perspectives as well. I think that's more responsible. And when I was in that park, I started to see things from different perspectives, and I was very unsatisfied with the different perspective, but I didn't get to totally flesh that out. So anyways, as far as my societal goal, that's what I was thinking. I should volunteer for a homeless organization, whether it's the food bank or, going to a park and like giving stuff out or whatever it is, I should do that. But again, because of my circumstances and I'm bouncing around, that's something you kind of want to be more regular on. Any of these volunteer situations where you're getting to know people and actually learning something, or not always. You can just go volunteer once, and I don't want to give people the wrong impression you can't, because you can. Anything is something. Anything is something. Do something, please. Our world needs it. But as far as I go, I am getting burned out with the videos. It's not just the videos, but it's my life on top of it. I already mentioned this, so I'll be really quick, but if I had an auxiliary camera, if I had somebody to help me with editing, or at least if I had some desire and knowledge with technology, if I had a regular place that I knew I could just go and record, just show up and record and know that I was going to record, and then know that I had time to be there and edit, and know that the internet was going to work for the upload. Like, if I had some structure, it would be so much. The 15 hours that it's taking me in one day to do one video could probably be put down to 6 hours. But because I don't have that regularity, because I don't have that structure, because I don't have that know-how as well, and I don't have all of the items I need, my life, it's just all over the place. I'm struggling. So for me to add one more thing on top of it, I still want to fulfill that path of societal change. And I still want to be an example of that. So later on, I will probably make it more visible to you guys, like something that anybody can do. But right now, my videos really are my societal change. I mean, that really is why I'm doing these videos. It really is it. So, and I don't have time to go through the comments and reply to all of your comments. And that makes me feel really bad, because I feel like, I know it's a two-way street, but I actually feel like you guys are giving more to me than I'm giving to you, because I feel like my videos are terrible and super long. And I feel bad that I don't have time to go through the comments. But as long as a video takes me to make, for me to sit there and type out each comment is, oh my gosh. And there's at least maybe 100 to 200 of you that watch me. I want to say at least 100 maybe that watch me more regularly now, maybe even only 50, but there's 50 of you and there's one of me. I can't possibly go through each comment, even the ones that like share your personal stories with me, and I feel it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want to help this person, I really want to comment, but I'm so overwhelmed. And the more overwhelmed I get, the more my mind is going to break. So I have to be really careful. So what I've decided to do is, since this is my societal change, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick out comments and do a video replying to those comments, or at least just thanking you specifically on those comments. Now here's one thing, okay? We all have different personalities, and some people that are watching me are having a really hard time in their life, and they're also very sensitive. I'll give you an example. 2 years ago when I did a video and I talked about the park that I was at, and I showed some videos, and I mentioned food waste and I mentioned hoarding. And I talked about hoarding, and then somebody commented and they were so angry with me. Basically because they were a hoarder and they felt like I was totally judging them, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm an individual and I have my own opinions and feelings, and I'm not perfect, and I don't express things perfectly all the time, 100%. But you do have to allow me some autonomy to be imperfect in the way I express things, but also some autonomy to have my own opinion. I'm not a fan of hoarding. Okay, I do think it's a problem. I think it's a mental problem. I have dealt with a lot of hoarders in my life, a lot of them. I think it's a big mental problem. The more depressed I get, the more my environment around me packs up with things. It's my mind. So I'm not mocking anybody who's got that. I don't see it as something that we should just pass off. I see it as a real challenge. So I have empathy for that. I may not always express empathy in everything, but my point is, as far as these comments are concerned, some of you might be sensitive, and I hope I can express things sensitively. Some of you might feel like, oh, she never talks about my comments, or I'm not worth it, or she doesn't care about my comments, or they don't mean anything to her. Please don't go there, because that is one thing too. It's like, I do feel like if I go down and I reply to like 2 or 3 people and I can't reply to anybody, and this could just be a me problem, but there's probably some of you out there who are this way, So I'm just putting it out there. But this is definitely a me problem. I feel guilty if I can't reply to every single comment. So sometimes that inhibits me from just commenting to 1 or 2 people. So please don't go there with your emotions or mentality, because I will feel guilty. And I shouldn't put my guilt on you, but just know that each one of your comments really does mean something to me. And even the ones that, like I've talked about in the previous videos, the ones that are giving me advice, even if I can't take it and I'm not ready for it, again, I know that so much of that advice is right. It's just I'm not capable. But I do appreciate it, and I don't mean to make anybody feel like, oh, geez. So I'm going to highlight one comment in particular right now. Again, I wish I could just pull them up on this screen because this is so difficult. I'm going to have to write the comments down and then be able to read them in order to do this video. And I'm just letting you know that this is what I'm going to do for my societal impact each Saturday. Okay, so I'm just going to mention one this time because I'm trying to set it up as a regular thing, and I've already talked too long. But I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. Again, just because I mentioned one person doesn't mean that the rest of your comments are not just as important to me. I really, really appreciate it. There's a number of you, like Carol, that I see commenting regularly on almost every video, and I really, really appreciate that. Again, just because I point out Carol doesn't mean I don't see the others. So I'm going to mention this one because it really hit me. A lot of them have really hit me, but this one came up this morning and I bawled. I bawled hard. And this lady's made a lot of comments as well and shared about her story and her life. And I really appreciate all of your comments. I really, really do. And this lady, her name is Rayanne Bester. Now, she said that that's her husband's name, actually. But, and I probably slaughtered it, RIAAN BESTER 5477. I think this was under the video on Tuesday that I did about my struggles making videos. Her comment goes as follows. I simply love mango fruit. I was once so close to my determination to... YouTube won't allow you to say the SUI word or, talking about stopping your breath. Okay? So a lot of YouTubers say the word self-delete. I quite honestly feel it's the dumbest thing because people who are in that state need to talk about it, and you want to guard our language about it. I don't understand. Anyways, let me start over, but I have to edit that. So I simply love mango fruits. I was once so close to my determination to self-delete, being so deeply stuck in the clingy and dark hole of depression that I started to cry in a store because the mangoes were not ripe for immediate use. I cried because I figured I didn't have the time to outlast it ripening and eating it and enjoy it as a last treat. And here I am at 68 years, still struggling with added health challenges, but relatively happy and content. That just really hit me this morning, and I'm in public. I don't want to cry, but the irony is that just a few days ago I was just thinking about, for whatever reason, obviously I don't know, for a while that parting in the cloud for me, when I wake up, it's not as deep, right? So there's a little parting there, and also I haven't been having nightmares for a long time. I just had nightmares every single night, and those dreams, those really terrible, tearing your soul apart, just ripping you apart dreams, are the most vivid movie for me. So when I wake up, I'm right in it. I feel it. And it feels like it just happened. So something that has to do with the past, like it's like it just happened again. It just happened again and again and again every night when I'm lucky enough to even sleep. And so they stopped for a while. I wouldn't have them like maybe once a month or something. And then I started doing YouTube again, and I've just, this last week, I've just dream. And it's like, So anyways, those dreams kind of led me to two thoughts. Before I read this comment, I had been thinking about it. So when this comment came, it was just a flood. But, there's an individual that's important in my life, but they're in need of a lot of help. So that was the individual I was helping when all my data got deleted. And I didn't have very much money left, and I was homeless at the time, and I just had the very little I had, but they needed some, and they weren't capable of shopping for themselves or anything, so I'd buy them stuff, and anyways, one night I wasn't anywhere near them. These are two thoughts that kind of go together, and again, I'm sorry, my brain but I was with that individual, and then I left them for quite some time, but I would be somewhere camping, and I could go months without seeing another human being. I could just go months. The only thing that would force me to get out and to go somewhere is because I had to have food. But honestly, I didn't want to. I didn't want to go any further. I didn't want to go another day. I didn't want to feed myself. But the whole reason I haven't self-deleted is because of my belief in God, and because I think He would be disappointed in me. And it just brought me back to the experience of after I was with this individual some months past. I'm in this area and I'm just out camping by myself, and like I said, I can be somewhere for months and months and months and not see another living person. And the only thing that forces me to get out of the bed is to go and go shopping, because I have to feed myself. I know I have to eat, but this had been days where I ran out of food and I hadn't eaten anything. And days passed, and I'm like, fine, I have to go. And I was so weak, and I'm walking through this somewhat wilderness, if you will. I can't think of a better word, but unpopulated area before I get to more populated areas. And I'm just walking through, and as I'm walking, I'm just having all of these thoughts and all of these feelings. I just want to go away permanently. And I'm thinking, and why spend money? If you guys watched my video about needs versus wants, you know how strict and how tight I am. At that time, I was allowing myself candy because it was the only thing that would give me just a little bit of temporal joy. And it's actually my sneaky little way of, okay, God, I can't physically aggressively do away with myself, but I can slowly erode myself. I can erode my mind, and I can erode my body by eating crappy food and junk food. So I know, sneaky, right? So anyways, just leads to health problems. So anyway, somebody just walked in, so I'm going to try to be a little more quiet. And anyways, I'm just fighting these feelings and these thoughts, and with how frugal I am with money too, I just don't like it to be wasted. And in my opinion, it was a complete waste to spend it on myself. I didn't want to be here. I felt like I'm not adding any value. My life doesn't matter. So why spend the money on me? It should be going to somebody else. Like a child or a mother or a father, or, somebody who adds value to other people's lives. And so, I walk into the grocery store, and as I'm shopping, it's like, I just hate it. I hate it. I also hate shopping, period. I've always hated shopping. But I hate I hate the shopping. I hate the idea of spending the money. I hate the idea of spending the money on me. And I just wanted to exactly what Rianne Bester said, close to my determination to end it. So I was in that grocery store, and I'm just wiping away tears as I'm walking up and down the aisles, and I'm also thinking about this individual because I'd see something that she likes to eat that I would buy for her, and that gave me satisfaction. I was fine shopping for her, but I didn't want to shop for me, and anyway, someone's here. I just want you to know, Rianne, oh my gosh, that comment just could have come out of my own mouth. And I love mangoes too, by the way, but they're above my budget here in the United States. I'm glad you didn't. Your comments mean something to me, so I'm glad you didn't. And at 68, what a successful life. And you had mentioned that you're a teacher and that you'd worked all those years and 3 postgraduate degrees, and you're married, and that I have somebody who was close to me growing up, and she was also a teacher, and she taught 3rd grade here, which I don't know how old you are, but 3rd grade is young children. She was an impeccable teacher, and what they got from her was not just reading and writing and arithmetic. What they got from her was morals and discipline and structure. A lot of the kids, she'd always tell me these stories of these kids that would come into her class that their parents just were not there for these kids. And because of that, the kids had behavioral problems. And because she was so amazing, the principal would take any kid that had behavioral problems in the 2 previous grades, the principal would put them in her class because she got results, and their comprehension level in reading, writing, arithmetic went like from down here all the way up here because of the way she related with them. And it wasn't just compassion. She was firm, but she was also compassionate, but she was firm. She gave them structure. And so I'm sure that you mentioned in another comment that people gave you that feedback, and I believe it. So anyways, thank you, and thank everybody who's commented. I wish I could go through and personally talk to each one of you, but that'll have to do for now. So I really appreciate it, and I really related to that, and I'll talk to you later.